Hey guys, and welcome back to another Vertex Investing video. Just check I'm recording. So yeah, um, this video is going to be purely based around FTMO and getting funding and how it works and how the challenges work, and go through everything about what they are, who they are, and how you can get involved. So essentially, FTMO is a funding provider. Now you can get funded to trade up to £100,000 for them, $100,000, sorry, and you do have to pay for a challenge, and once you pass the challenge, essentially you go through a 3-step process, and then any profits you do make when you do eventually get an account, you take 70% and they take 30%, and that's how they make their money, and from failed challenges. So this is specifically for people who have sort of experienced our strategies and have had success in trading. So if you're not at that level, you can come back to this video, or you can watch it and just have something in mind and some motivation to work towards. But what it is a prop firm. Essentially what they do is provide funding, like I've already said. The reason we picked this one and not any other of the funding providers is purely because we've used this one. They're in the limelight at the moment. They have a lot of publicity around them, and we've used them personally, as I say, and we have a lot of success with them. And yeah, so essentially what you do is you go through the 3-step process, like I've just said. You start with a challenge, and then you go through a verification stage, which is it's twice as easy as well, I wouldn't say twice as easy, half as hard as the challenge section, and then eventually you become a trader for them, and you can start withdrawing some profits. So here's the objectives we have, and here's all the choices we have. As for currency, you want to pick US dollar. I know there's pound and euro if you may be from these countries that use those currencies, but US dollar does provide you the most value. You get $100,000, which converts to a lot more than the £70,000 and the €80,000. Yeah, but if you don't trust it, just make sure you go and do the conversion rates and go from there. Risk, you want to choose normal. Aggressive, I think you get a bit more drawdown. Let me see. You don't. Okay, that's the difference. You get 60 days instead, which doesn't quite make sense. If you're being more aggressive, you should be making more money, I suppose. Anyway, what you want to pick is normal because it does unlock the $100,000 feature. Ooh, it seems like they've just got 60 days for all of them now. Interesting. Okay, so the first step is the challenge. The trading period's 30 days. So what this means is, from placing your first trade on your FTMO account, once you've paid for the challenge, you'll get your login. Simply just log in like your normal broker. They'll give you your details, you log in, get connected, and that's that. The trading period is 30 days. Once you place your first trade, you have 30 days from that day to pass. The minimum trading days is 10 days. So in those 30 days, you have to trade on 10 of the days, even if you just put a 0.01 lot, which is a little bit of a cheat. And we will go through some tips and tricks in another video. Maximum daily loss is $5,000. So what this means is, no matter what balance you're on, you could be in profit, you could be in a loss. The most you can lose in a single day is $5,000. This includes drawdowns. So if you are say $4,000 down, 4% down, we'll say, and you have a trade open that goes in $1,001 into the negative, which means your loss is $5,001 loss for that day. You have failed the challenge, even though that trade hasn't closed yet. So make sure you bear that in mind. Once you've done potentially, for example, $3,000, maybe just step back, don't trade for that day, and just continue on with your day and come back another day, so you have, that buffer of $5,000 to lose again. This isn't like total loss, so it's not as in you can only lose $5,000 in that day. If you made, say, a 5% trade and you made $5,000 in that day, it doesn't mean you can't. You can only lose $5,000. You can lose $5,000 from the starting balance of that day. So say if you started the day with $101,000, you can drop to $96,000 and still have an active challenge. So for example, if you started with $101,000, you made 3% and you're on $104,000, you can then still drop to $96,000 on that specific day, and obviously when the next day starts, it's $5,000 from that initial balance. In terms of maximum loss, same rules apply. So drawdown counts, and it's not $10,000 in a day. It's maximum losing $10,000 from the starting balance of your challenge, which obviously in this scenario is $100,000. So if you fall below $90,000, that's equity or drawdown or balance. That no matter whether the trade's closed or not, if your equity drops below $90,000, then you failed and you will not get your money back, and that's that. If you do pass and you make it through to the end, which is this stage, you get your payment back, which in this scenario is €540. You can pay in pounds, etc., etc. You can pay in all of these different currencies. And yeah, stage 2 is verification. Exactly the same thing. But you get 60 days and your profit target is only $5,000. I just realized I didn't talk about the profit target in this one. So again, the only target to make is 10% of the account at any time. Now this one, it doesn't include open trades, so you do have to close the account in above $100,000 to pass, which again, obviously everything's going to be against you in this challenge. Once you've done that, you go on the verification, and as I've just said, it's double the days, half the profit, so you can take it slow and just go from there. Okay, so the step 3 is your FTMO trader challenge, trader, I don't know, journey, I suppose. Again, you've got to trade a minimum of 10 days before you can withdraw. You have indefinite time until you fail. Maximum daily loss stays the same, $5,000. Maximum loss is $10,000, and there's no profit target. So as long as you've traded 10 days and you're in profit, you can withdraw 70% of your profit, whether it's £10, £50, £100, £20,000, it really doesn't matter. And again, during this point, in your first withdrawal, you will get your refund of the €540. This is a bit misleading how it's the 540s in this left section here. This is not the case. You get your withdrawal, you got your refund in this withdrawal. If you do fail to withdraw, then again, you won't get the refund. So you do have to make quite a few stages before you get your refund, but by the time you get the refund, you probably won't even be bothered about the refund because you would have withdrawn something. Hopefully some profits, right? There is one thing that I want to mention. If you do run out of days, so your 30-day period goes by, as long as you've not breached any of the requirements, so you've traded 10 days, you've not fell below 5,000 maximum daily loss, and you've not fell below $90,000. If you are in profit, but you didn't make the profit target, say you're on £100,001 or anything above that level, then you do get a free retry at the end of the 30 days. So you go through the same process all over again. I know it's long, it's annoying, but you saved yourself €540 in theory. So again, we do have a link in our links section on Discord. Feel free to use it if you want. If not, then again, just go to ftmo.com and go from there. Again, I'll just quickly go through some of the things that they have available to you as a trader. All of these things here, your performance coach, you get all of these things as soon as you buy your challenge. Once you pass, you get a lot more things as well. But yeah, best proprietary firm you can find. They've got the most popular trading platforms. They use MT4 and CTrader. No limits. I mean, there is sort of limits, but obviously there's the restrictions and the rules, and you can't hold over weekends. That's one thing I need to mention. You can't hold over weekends. Dedicated customer support. I've never had any problems with their support team. They've been reliable. Every time you message them on live chat, they reply instantly. Yeah, several platforms to trade with. Yeah, leverage up to 1 to 100. Now this is a problem, but at the same time, with the restrictions, it's not really a problem because you never want to be opening more than 2 trades at a time anyway. So the leverage isn't too much of a problem. One-time fee only, count analysis, blah blah blah, and yeah, that's pretty much that. You get the full client area, but you will find that out for yourself when you eventually come to do your FTMO challenge. This has been the brief introduction to FTMO. I'm going to do a tips and tricks video on how you can pass it and some decent I don't know, pointers that you can use to help you on your journey towards FTMO and during FTMO. Other than that, I shall see you guys in the next part of the course. See you later.